Nice.
I'll also do a super awkward intro right now, which is this is the weekly check-in that we do together Monday mornings to make sure that we are being ambitious enough, but not over overextending ourselves. And so this is an overview of how we do it by showing you us doing it. So, Charlie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Charlie. I'm a graduate of the Media Lab and currently doing freelance software development. I'm based in Bozeman, Montana. Um, and yeah, anything else you're looking for in intros?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Drew.
Hey, I'm Drew Hornby. I'm a technologist and a freelance front-end, back-end developer. I'm currently in a sort of post-geographic state, but at this moment I am in Brooklyn, New York, coming to you live.
Finn.
I'm Finn. I'm in Vienna, Austria at the moment, and I'm navigating the space between technology and journalism and trying to finish my comp sci masters.
And I am Willow Brew. I am doing some research with some groups, and I really care about ad hoc project management, like how groups of people figure out how to hold each other accountable in a way that is healthy for everybody. So this is, I think, one way of doing that, and it's also super useful. So what we usually do at this point is go over what has been done over the last week, and it's usually, we start at the top of the list. At least this is my understanding of what sort of social script has emerged around this, is that we start at the top of the list, and whoever is on the call leads with that, and then either the person who follows them prompts themselves, or it's up to the person who just spoke to prompt the next person. So Tom and Lori are both away right now, but I wrote an easy crypto tools blog post, which was exciting, and there's a link to it in
Nice.
in the Trello. Yay!
It was good. I liked
Nice.
Woohoo! Sweet.
And
And then we archive the ones that are done.
Exactly. Thank you. And I also
Yeah, and Willow, something that maybe you're doing differently now because you're sort of presenting this for a recording, but one thing that I think is nice is we tend to not start introducing ourselves, but one of us tends to start introducing somebody else. So like I would say, hey, Willow, you did gym membership for the winter months, and that gives a nice sort of social angle to the both the complimenting and the prodding for getting something done.
totally accurate. Thank you.
The prodding's my favorite part.
The cattle prodding. I I have some friends that live in a very swanky apartment building that has access to a gym, and so we are going to be working out together as prodding, but also as gym membership that is free for me. Charlie, how's yours?
Yeah, well, so I didn't get a monthly membership at the climbing gym, but I bought a five session punch card, and I didn't get a monthly yet because I'm going to be away basically all of February, but I might do that when I return in March if I'm still into it. So yay, done.
Climbing is an all-season thing anyway.
Yeah, sure.
I wrote some software, and this is the kind of project I like, where I started last week and it's done this week. So
Nice.
I have a deadline on Wednesday, and it's basically done today. Happy. I also have a meetup of our FOI site on Wednesday, where we just meet up, think about questions, and update each other on like what to do with denied requests. So that's all prepared for, and it can basically start any minute now.
Super
I'm happy.
cool.
All right. Then back up to doing.
How's the WordPress migration?
Well, I mentioned talking to my advisor last week, so I did that, and we figured out a plan which involves doing things manually over this weekend, and with a little luck, I'll be able to strike that on Monday.
Nice.
We'll get the celebratory gifts ready.
Sweet. How's the drawing thing?
Still not doing it every day, but I did. I think I'm gonna include schematic technical drawings, like database patterns and stuff in this draw thing every day. So I got some of that done.
Where are you posting them?
Book so it's going all right. It's going all right. Not every day, but it's more than never.
Are you posting them anywhere?
Yeah, I'll be taking pictures of them, I'm sure. I'm still sorting all that stuff out. But soon enough. How's the DH network shit getting sorted?
It is getting there. I got the deployment workflow thing sent out to the rest of the group, and there's some conversation happening around that. The website, I went with the Drupal because there were snafus around the WordPress install, and I was like, just get it done, get it out the door. And so I've been working on getting some stuff ported into that. The next meeting I'm not getting any response for, so I think I just have to do that myself rather than wait on the person who's supposed to be doing it, which is okay. And I'm pestering the people who are rating the follow-up from the summit. So it's getting there.
Sweet.
Super.
How's Between the Bars?
I have no progress on the fronts that are listed in this column here in the last week. I've been kind of slammed with work and taking care of some. There were some other Between the Bars tasks to take care of, like the scanners at the Media Lab have been not being friendly. So we're dealing with that, but haven't gotten this stuff done yet, and I hope I'm going to be able to find time to do it this week.
So no plane tickets yet?
I bought one.
Oh, sweet.
I got the ticket for going to Hawaii for a couple of weeks, which is really exciting. I've never been there before.
Nice.
But that'll be really fun. Haven't gotten my ticket. Sorry?
Are you just gonna hang out in the sun?
Sort of, kind of. So it's an interesting sort of weird thing. There's a few different people who are in a situation similar to me where either recently or prospectively graduated from technology graduate programs working on things vaguely related to participatory democracy and doing freelance software development and that kind of stuff. And so the intention is meeting interesting people and talking to them while doing work on your existing projects part-time while being in a beautiful place and going hiking and hanging out in the beach in the sun and wherever else and that sort of thing. And it's sort of working on that idea as a business model idea. So like, could you have a business where the employees all do this all the time and manage to do excellent enough or interesting enough work that it can pay for the lifestyle to be able to do this all the time, that sort of thing. So that's the sort of scam that this is, but at the moment it's sort of self-funded and probably not paying for itself based on the work that I'm already doing elsewhere. So it's kind of a vacation in that regard too.
It reminds me a little bit of people who, and myself included in this at times, who spend most of our lives at conferences.
Right.
But then work in the days around the conference with the people who happen to also be there, and the work that comes out of that paying for having gone to the conference plus any costs that were incurred during it.
Right, so it's like that without the conference.
I hope it works. Let me know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me where to sign up once it works.
I haven't gotten tickets for the other one yet because I'm still working out logistics for how many days I'm going to be spending there. So,
right on.
Willow, how's the OSI fellowship?
It's good. I actually started on all the bits. I have it lined out in the PDFs that they're asking for, and most of the components I already had available anyway, even if they hadn't been published yet. So that's good. It's getting done.
Excellent.
There's a write about how we do this with a link to a hack pad. If y'all can take a look at it at some point this week, I'd really like to get it live probably on Friday. I'll actually add the date on that. And I'll, yeah. Sorry, let me set that, and then I will pay attention to this window again. Okay. I also set a tentative date for the next catalytic converter as the first weekend of May. Does that work for people or absolutely not work for people?
First weekend?
First weekend of May.
This is the 3rd and 4th?
Yes.
I'm officiating a wedding. I'm marrying my best friend that weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a to-do list item I haven't put on the thing yet, but...
Write all the speeches.
Yeah. So, sidebar, if anyone knows some good outlines for modern weddings, you know.
It froze.
Across the Atlantic, I think.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Say that again, Finn. It's unlikely that you'll make it across the Atlantic.
It's too early in the year for me to be able to cross the Atlantic.
Okay.
I'm
Water's still
starting
too cold.
in February.
Okay.
So
Is there a month later in the year that's more likely?
probably not.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking earliest August.
Okay. Cool. Charlie, any likelihood?
No current existing constraints for me.
Okay.
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay. Then I'll also look at later in the year, but it will probably stick to that.
Yeah. Don't mind me too much.
Oh, boo. Drew, how is your journaling going?
I've got my next post draft. Something that we'll talk about later on in the list.
Cool.
And the same with Phenologic. I found someone to collaborate with me on it, and my correspondence with the artist is kind of coming back online. We were all, on winter vacation mode, but I think we're sort of beyond what I do. But it's the phenological clock we're making a demo version of it. So there's movement, just no code has been written yet.
Enough. Again, you with the annual report.
Yes. That's outline. That was actually one of the things I was doodling on the other day. I expect to have it done by the end of the month. See how that goes. Lost wallet fallout. How's that going?
Less than a week after it was stolen, I got my credit card already, so I can pay for things. That's good. Still need to deal with driver's license, but I have a few weeks for that. And social security card is being sent to me too. I should ping my university for a new student ID. But it's coming along. It's coming along. I'm gonna check off some checkboxes for that.
Super.
New SIM also, I have the same number as before.
Yay. Wagon.
How is Wagon?
So I found the greatest piece of software ever. This thing called WAG, and I'll shoot a little link in the chat window. And their documentation, I mean, it's hard to get your head around, but it's this amazing atomic wiki structure. If you want to bear with me for just a second, I can show you. There's Finn. So this is just running on my local host, but it's this thing. I built this task management system with it. It's just like cards. It's so hard to explain. I'll try to do like a full-on show and tell maybe next week if that's cool with everybody. But
sure.
I built this entire project management productivity tool with basically a wiki. I've just been like geeking out on it for the past 5 days. So nothing else got done because I've been so intensely working on it. But
does it have
I don't know. It
sounds like a good productivity tool.
Yeah. Some assembly required, I guess.
Does it have a way of publishing the steps that you take on each task?
Yeah, everything is accessible by web API, so I can just go to any card, which can contain other cards within it, and you can just say, "Oh, give me this card in .txt format."
That's awesome.
I'm going to try and write a little bridge between Trello and my wiki to when I put a task on Trello, it goes to the wiki, and maybe vice versa.
Yay.
It looks very interesting. And it's being used on NYC knowledge .nycprepared.org, which is my buddy Devin's sort of what he's been building out that's coming out of Sandy, from Sandy Hurricane stuff. And that's a very interesting project because it's like building out a template for disaster relief that can be given to people within organizations, and they can plug their organization's RSS feeds and build a little website that gets shared with all the other. It's like a big sharing tool. I think, Will, you'd be really into that, and we should maybe talk about that later. But
yeah, totally. And do you want to take from 11:30 to noon, so like the half hour after our check-in next week, to talk about Wagon?
Yeah, sure, totally.
Okay, good.
Be definitely down for that.
Finn.
Oh, yes, I want to go to London and possibly Dublin mid-February before starting the new job, because London I haven't been in 8 years, and there's a theatre piece.
The interactive one?
Yes.
Oh my god, I want to go.
You coming?
I'll be overseas. I'll be back over in early April, I think, is when the Nordic LARP conference is, and so I'm probably going to go to that and then go to London. Yeah, we should talk about that more later. But let's keep going. Okay.
To do? Are we doing to do?
I think we're on to do.
So it looks like to me.
That's me again. So, journal security questionnaire. Still blocked by Joe, who promised me things on Friday, but he didn't get them to me. The press conference is done, I think. And that's it from me. Beard, Willow.
I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, no, wait. I can do this right now. Just a sec. Wait. Keep going with the check-in. I'm gonna take care of this right now.
Okay. Let's jump back up to plan dates and destination for overnighter.
Yeah, I still have not made any progress on that. I did add a new to-do after that, though, which is, it reminds me a little bit of Wagon, because it's all about building tools rather than doing work. Or maybe that's a very cynical way to put it. I mean, it gives me an opportunity to pay attention to building tools rather than doing work. There we go.
There.
Now I've got a beard now. There we go.
Task
so
complete.
There's this fancy blogging platform called Ghost that's written for Node.js and JavaScript, and it looks really fancy. and slick. And maybe if I make a tool like that, then I'll be able to actually blog. And there are people around here that do Iron Blogger, and I might get along with them and start doing that.
Yeah,
More
I
accountability mechanisms.
I starred the Ghost project on GitHub. I remember that. Looks cool.
What's an blogger?
Iron Blogger it's basically a social accountability mechanism for blogging. So people agree. I think it might vary on what the rate is, but something like I am going to write a post once per day or once per week or something like that. And I think you even pay money if you fail to do it right. Willow, do you know something like that?
It's $5 for every week you fail to meet your thing.
Right. Yeah.
Thank
And
you
what
for the
does
beer.
everyone like agree where that money should go, or is it just like buys everyone else a beer?
Yep.
I don't know.
It buys
Very
everyone
cool.
else a beer, but it's
Beer.
usually like for
Excellent.
people who live in Cambridge, so we'll have to figure it out. I think there are enough people in Seattle now that they have a round of beer there too.
Very good. Have you looked at Jekyll on GitHub as a
I have.
means of?
Yeah, no, I've used a few different blogging platforms. I've used a few different static site generators. For a while, I was using. Well, I am still using. No, I'm not actually. I used to be using Nanic, and then I started using this other thing, which I forget what it's called, Brunch to generate my personal website with. I've used so many of these different things, and I don't know. I mean, Ghost just like it's the new hotness or the new slickness or whatever. So it's a thing that might
The next thing to distract you from actually
exactly
blogging.
and I might be able to use a mobile phone with it more easily because it's mobile oriented and that sort of stuff, which might help because one thing I do find that I do a lot is I take pictures because I live in a kind of a beautiful place and then I post them on Twitter and that kind of thing. And that could become part of blogging too, which I don't know.
Yay!
Awesome.
I think are we down to Willow with timeline for D3?
Yes.
No, clean up in that Trello task for Drew.
Oh, right.
It's so meta. I still yet again have not done that. It's on my to-do list for this week though.
How's the interview? Sorry, Willow.
No, it's good.
I'm sorry, what?
Interview series.
I'm putting that on hold just because I've got too many little things to clean up before I.
Should I move it to your back burner?
Oh, is it? Did I not? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna I'll put that over there.
Okay.
All my other D3.
I'm really excited about it. Ed pushed his code to GitHub, so I should have an easy-ish time doing it. I'm also in Cambridge for the next whole month, and so this is one of the things that I am going to take time to do, which I'm excited about. Other coding things are getting the single-purpose hackathon website set up. I accidentally wrote 2,600 words on the hackathon thing on the train the other day, and so I need to distill that into different sections, et cetera, et cetera.
Uh-oh. Are you back? Willow's back.
Huh?
Oh, you just froze for a moment.
Oh, sorry. And I'm going to add a blog component to the viz.bluecyborg, and anytime I do a drawing or a video, post it to that. And I'm going to queue up a bunch of the stuff that I've already done so that it's all in one place. I need to take care of co-design stuff. I need to get Slim set up for when he comes to visit Boston, and I have a bag full of mail that I have to take to the post office maybe right now.
Yeah, snail mail. That's so vintage.
I
Love
know.
A real estate agency has been sending me spam, so I sent them real post today to make them stop.
it. Have you heard about shit sending like? It?
I should have done that.
Yeah, I mean, don't do that. It's probably illegal, but don't do it.
Just send really
Yes,
heavy
sir.
things back. Okay, well that's it.
Woohoo.
Oh my gosh, another day.
Okay.
Another
We
week.
did it.
Let's go Rocket. You're all wonderful.
All right. Yep. Thank you
You're
very
next
much.
week.